Hi there movie fans, and welcome to another edition of Movies. This time on Movies I'm going to be looking at The Zone of Interest, directed by Jonathan Glazer. The story is about Rudolf Höss, and he's played by Christian Friedel, and his wife Hedwig is played by Sandra Huller, and the story is about them and their 5 children. Rudolf Höss is a SS commandant at Auschwitz, and he and his family live in a house which is very strangely situated, as it's just the other side of the wall of Auschwitz concentration camp. So Höss is kind of like a normal guy who loves his wife and children, he loves animals, and his family live a normal life considering their location. They play at the river and in the garden and in the swimming pool. But the kids not really understanding what's going on next door, on the other side of the wall. They are living a normal life that kids normally do, having no idea why there's columns of smoke rising beyond their garden wall and the sounds of gunfire. His wife Hedwig, however, does know, but kind of ignores everything. It's a strange film in a way, as it doesn't really have a plot as such. It just follows the life of this man and his family. At home, it's just a family living life as a normal family would. It's kind of slow, without much happening, but in the background, there's loads going on, and it's very thought-provoking. So the interesting thing here is that Höss is not naturally a monster. Don't get me wrong, he did horrendous evil things that are unforgivable. But the film shows him at home, and he's a standard guy, but his SS position and work has corrupted him into this savage, murderous being. But somehow he manages to keep work and family life separate, whereas most SS commandants were just pure evil monsters. This is very slightly different. He is slightly different. It seems he is not born a monster like the others. He adapts to this world, and to put it harshly, he's good at what he does, and he's in a prominent position in the SS at work, and he's very cold, unemotional man. So we have Höss on one level reading bedtime stories to his kids and doing normal things like that. And then we have the opposite side of him, the other level of the man who oversees the deaths of thousands of innocent people with absolutely no conscience at all. 2 very contrasting sides of one man. Glazer has previously directed Sexy Beast, Birth and Under the Skin, so he is a skilled director. But in The Zone of Interest, he excels. He surpasses all of these previous movies. He makes it an extremely chilling watch, showing 2 sides of a man, not to make you sympathise with him, but to show his real self. Now this film is clever. Never ever in this film do you see the atrocities which are going on inside the camp. You know it's happening, but you never see inside. This is cleverly done with sound. You can hear noises going on, and there's this eerie, unnerving sound throughout the movie. The sound is quite unsettling and has a very uncomfortable feel to it. History lets you know full well what's going on over the wall, but you can't see it in this movie. You never see it. But boy, with the sound you can feel it, and it's not nice. It has you on edge. There are some strange sort of thermal imaging scenes of a girl sneaking about in the night and leaving apples. I understand that Glazer spoke to a Polish survivor when she was 90. At the time she was 14, and she was the granddaughter of an important engineer at the coal mine who lived 2 kilometres from Auschwitz. And she would sneak out under cover of darkness and leave fruit for the slave labour who worked in the mine, which would have been an extremely brave act, as it would endanger her life if she got caught. So he added this act of kindness to the movie. This brave act of humanity added to the coldness of the movie. The sound on this movie is just absolutely chilling. It's haunting. It has an effect on your viewing experience. I expect it to receive an Oscar for Best Sound. It's so important to this film. I can't think of another film where the sound is as important as the visuals, like it is here. This is special. It provokes emotion. Without it, this would be half a film. It's like 2 films, one film visually of Höss's life and another film of sound of what's happening in the camp. We see at the end some footage of Auschwitz today where you can take a tour, and this really brings it home. It's a chilling way to end the movie, where you see things like mountains of shoes and suitcases which have been left behind by the victims. Summing up the story, which is not in the movie, Höss was responsible for the death of about 3 million Jews at Auschwitz. He escaped and evaded arrest for nearly a year, posing as a gardener. And he was tracked down by a Nazi hunter called Hans Alexander, where he denied he was Höss. And when he was made to take off his wedding ring, he was exposed, as the ring had Höss's name engraved on the inside. We also don't see the trial of Höss at Nuremberg, and he was sentenced to death by hanging and died 16th of April 1947, hung in the Auschwitz camp. Now, don't go into this expecting thrills and spills. It has a very slow pace, but it's supposed to portray the man and his life, and at the end of the day doesn't race around. This is an interesting film and a must watch. It's very, very atmospheric and is a chilling viewing. Best watched with a really good sound system. As I mentioned, the sound is such an important component of this movie. It leaves you quite cold, and it's supposed to, considering the horrors that went on. So if you can, try and watch this. We thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed this review. If you leave a comment, we'll be happy to respond. Otherwise, please like and subscribe to our channel, and do look out for more of our movie reviews soon.